All right, so it's delayed harvest season, which means you can actually fish with bait in those areas. It's past the first weekend of June. We're right out here in the middle of town, right in Lansing, getting ready to try our luck here in this really nice creek. Now the water's a little bit off colored, so what we're doing is we're using a little bit larger egg today, a little bit more scent to see if we can still catch fish in here. Now we heard it was like a rodeo here over the weekend. Delayed harvest opener was insane here, but we think there's still some fish to be caught. We're gonna see if we can catch those trout for you here today.
Right by the rock.
That looks like a brook trout. That is a brookie.
Better fish. Silver label. Got my 10th cast.
Right here, right here.
I gotta get the net. Nice little rainbow.
So this is one of the better access places around. You know, the city of Lansing, this is Lansing Creeper Trail Park, and there's public access everywhere. It's perfect for anybody that wants to do trout fishing. And right here is what we got is Big Horse Creek, flowing right through the park. Now Big Horse runs right through the town. It's a great place to come go. And again, this is after delayed harvest season is over. We're actually the Tuesday after the opening weekend for opening for all different kinds of bait, whatever you choose to go out here. We've seen about 5 people fishing through the park so far today. They said be happy you're here today and you weren't here on the opening weekend, because let me tell you, it was packed. But what else we can tell you is phenomenal access, great park, real popular area to come catch trout fish. I think it's a chub. Is that a chub?
No.
It's a small trout?
Not a chub.
That is a rainbow.
That's a good reach on the clip.
Oh man, there it is. So there's a small little rainbow we were talking. Oh my!
Almost a double.
Okay, so why did we stop here? Again, we've never been here before, but we stopped here for obvious reasons. Anywhere you see rocks like this, see where Kyle's standing? There's rocks that go all the way out. And we got a shade line. We got rocks. And what are you doing right now? Show us what you're using, what you're doing.
Silver label.
Okay. He's using silver label.
Yep, I love them. They're a little bit bigger buried, and I just like the color of them. And you know, I've been catching almost all my fish this morning on them. And then size 12 fire hook. I like the wide gap on that. It's just kind of a pretty good deal. And I always go past the point just a little bit so you can see that.
Is that a brown? That's a brown, dude.
Very nice, something different today. There you go. Not the biggest one, but really cool. This one's right in the corner of the mouth too.
Looks like a rainbow, but I can't really tell. It is a rainbow.
Yeah, that's a good fish. Yeah, we've been fishing this hole pretty hard, and I let that thing sit a little bit longer down there. This is actually nice. Oh, look at that. Came off.
He came off into the net. Right where he belongs.
Right where I wanted it to. It kind of makes this part easy, but look at that fish.
All right, so we're here on Big Horse Creek. We've been playing around, catching some fish on salmon eggs, little action on the fireworm, but as of the last hour or so, there's fish on right there. The garlic salmon egg has been doing the trick, as you can see. They don't always stick, but that's all right. We'll show you what we're doing here. Just making small little balls just to barely cover up the fire hook. So just take a little dab out like that and then roll it between your thumb and pointer finger into making about a salmon egg size ball. Like I said, just to barely cover up the hook. And just slide it on in and then just kind of reform it. I like to kind of choke it up right above the eye and kind of leave that hook exposed, the tip. That way we get a little better bite on her. Easier access to sticking them.
Rainbow, good rainbow.
Garlic salmon egg again. Go.
go, finally.
Come on, buddy. Another nice play.
Now today was kind of funny the way that it worked out. You know, we had been online using the North Carolina Wildlife Resources Commission public trout waters map, and then we tried to use it on our phone, and it didn't work as well on our phone, and somehow we ended up in the town of Lansing. And we originally were trying to go to the North Fork of the New River, and nobody knows how we ended up in Lansing, but when we got into town, we saw a big sign that says "Welcome to Lansing," and there's a trout on it. And everywhere we looked in town, there were trout pictures on restaurants, on the walls, on billboards, on signs. And we said, maybe we should be staying here today instead of going somewhere else. There's a lot of trout. This is a fishy place. Sure enough, fortunately for us, delayed harvest season had just opened. So for example, the first Saturday of June had passed, which means we could fish delayed harvest with our bait, and it was legal. So what we did is we basically went into Creeper Trail Park, right in the heart of town, flows right through downtown, and we walked up and down there and fished different holes, and we caught a couple dozen fish. Now, we talked to a lot of locals that kind of walk this trail every day and hang out there, and a lot of retirees, and they said, you guys are 3 days late. If you were here Saturday when this opened to bait, people were catching monsters. We're surprised you caught anything. There's not many fish left here. Well, we were just happy to catch fish, and as you can see, we caught a lot of them in this fabulous trail system. Kudos to the town of Lansing for building and constructing such an amazing park system and inviting everybody to go enjoy it. Now, we caught tons of fish today. Then we went over to the Liar's Bench across the street. You know, the guys grabbed a beer, we grabbed a sandwich, I grabbed my unsweet tea, and we just talked to locals about this place. And it just shows you there's a phenomenal resource right here in the heart of town. Now, more importantly, how did we catch these fish? Well, we spent about 2 hours today during the worst time of day, right in the middle of the day. Unfortunately, you're not going to see your drone footage because, as you guys know, if you've used it before, DJI has to be the worst company on earth when it comes to customer service. We did what it tells you to do, and we updated the drone. What happened? As soon as you update it, you get nothing but error messages. It no longer works. We spent about 2 hours on the bank trying to fix it. Not a chance. And that customer service is worse than like a car rental agency. It's pretty bad. The good news is we caught a lot of fish, and those trout were caught primarily on two baits today, mostly silver label. We caught a lot of fish on silver label simply because Kyle wanted to use a larger profile bait because the water was up and dirty. It wasn't high, but it was dirty and off-colored. And then Mike used garlic salmon egg fire bait. Reason being, if you open that jar, you can smell the garlic from a mile away, and so can the trout. And you guys see the fire hooks these guys used, and they went back and forth between using a fire float and not, depending on if they wanted to float that bait or fish it off the bottom. But more importantly, you guys come enjoy the heart of Lansing because the creek runs through it, and this Big Horse Creek can be loaded with trout. And even later in the season, after people have really taken most of the fish out of the system, once they're allowed to, there's still a lot of fish available. So come around, check it out just like we did, and you too can have a great time right here in Western North Carolina. Pautzke products are available at sporting goods stores near you. If you can't find the specific color, size that you want, make sure to go to Pautzke.com. And as a thank you for watching Pautzke Outdoors, we're going to show you a coupon code to be used for 10% off your next order.